Hello everyone, welcome to another Roblox game development tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to start our new quiz game project. It's going to be a GUI-centered game built in Roblox. Roblox Studio, to be more specific. In fact, if I want to be really specific, it can be Roblox Studio 2013, the new version, as I'm saying this, of Roblox Studio. So, when you're making a quiz game, I'm sure a lot of you who may like Flash games have heard of the Impossible Quiz, or the Idiot Test, or the Stupid Quiz. Those are three quiz games. In fact, I uploaded a game on my website, allthemgames.com, using Flash. It's truly a terrible game if you ask me. And yeah, I made it. I spent like 3 days on it because I was learning how to use Flash. And then the two other people that owned All Them Games, one of them no longer owns any part of it, encouraged me to upload it along with my family. But I now wish I hadn't. I believe it's called the Waste of Time game, and it's a quiz game built in Flash. And it's sort of the same idea as to what this will be, except this will be a little bit better, just because it's going to have a lot better graphics, and actually it's not going to be much better, sorry. But this isn't for a full game. I hope none of you expect to make a full game in this tiny project. Anyway, let's get to the point. So, there's a lot of ways we can do this, but I've come up with an idea as to the logic of how our game will work. Now, each question will be slightly different in its logic. I mean, everyone has a different answer, and there's going to be different ways to input your answer for different ones. But the main idea here is going to be telling you guys how we're going to switch levels. Now, how we're going to do this, I think the probably best way, with the knowledge I've given you all through the tutorials thus far in the series, is going to be having a int value, stored in the GUI, and by the GUI, I mean, you know what? No, scratch that. Stored in the player, and it looks like Roblox updated again, or maybe I just didn't notice last time. But I know last time I really paid attention, this selection was going all the way out here. So yeah, they updated again. I don't know when that update changed. It's probably in the last tutorial, I just didn't notice. Anyway, as I was saying, it's going to be stored in the player, which will be in players under their username. And it's going to be called level. L-E-V-E-L. I'm going to use a capital L to begin it because... Actually, no, I'll use a lowercase l because it's more natural for me because I use Java so much. And anyway, I'm not going to teach you guys all of that. Anyway, I'm going to name it level. So, say if I were in the game, not in test mode, it would be game.players.bballer13sn.level. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to store a script inside of the GUI. Yeah, the GUI right here. And it's going to be a, what's the word for it? It's going to be using the changed event for the int value again. And we've been using the changed event a lot, so you guys are probably going to end up mastering this event. And it's going to make sure that the only thing that's changed about the level value thing is the value has changed. We're definitely doing that. Then we're going to make another, actually not another. Then we're going to do the test, and we're going to change the frame, because all of our levels, calling them levels, you guys can't see me, but I'm making air quotations as I say levels. They're just going to be frames, and they're going to have the name level. I'll actually change the name of this frame to it. Get active out of there. They're going to be level underscore the level number. Level 1 is going to be the first level. So level underscore level number. Level number being a variable that changes as the levels increase. So we're going to use a string concatenation to find which level, and then we're going to change that level's visibility to true. And every time the answer or the user either types in the correct answer or clicks on the correct button or whatever else we decide they do to get past that level, it will change the variable or the value of level inside the player. It will increment it by 1, or heck, you could even throw them all the way back to the level 1, which will probably be the home screen. And when you throw them all the way back there, or put them up to the next one, that script will make the current frame change to being invisible, and then the new frame visible. Hopefully that makes a little bit of sense. So now that I've spent so much time explaining the logic of the game, which, by the way, guys, remember, that's the #1 thing to do when you're scripting a game or programming a game or programming a program or making a website or anything like this. You have to come up with the logic first. Now let's actually implement some of this logic. We're not going to get very far because the logic is the main idea in this tutorial. So, we're actually going to delete this text box, and we're going to change the background of this, because if you're making a game, you might as well make it look better. And that red was really getting on my nerves. It's been there for how many episodes now? So level 1, and we're not going to actually put anything into level 1 just yet, but it will be our home screen that has a button to say play. Maybe it'll say credits. I don't know. Credits will probably not lead anywhere, though. Anyway, and don't mind this loading GUI yet, guys. I'll teach you guys what that is in a future tutorial. I know it's a new thing. Anyway, so this leads me back to when we were learning, all the way back to when we were learning how to use and make leader stat boards. I'm pretty sure I taught that already. If not, I'll make that a sub-tutorial probably right after this one. And I'll double check that. But we're going to have to make an unentered script inside the workspace, so every time a new player comes in, they get the value they need. So this is going to be fairly simple, and this is all we're going to do today, is make this script. Tomorrow we'll make the script to change level, and we'll make a level 2 screen, even though it's technically, actually, you know what, just to make our lives more simpler, and to not more simpler, simpler. I'm going to change the home screen to level 0. Just so we don't think, oh, they're at level 2 though, how come they haven't beaten a level yet, and all of that. Just make our lives a little easier, you know? Anyway, back to workspace. Oh, wow, we still have this script in here. Okay, we can get rid of that. And you know what? We have a lot of bricks. So I'm going to make this GUI invisible for a second. And since we don't really need any of those bricks anymore, delete. Well, okay, I guess the base plate wasn't locked. Lock the base plate so we can't select that. And now, delete. There we go. That's a lot better. Much less full workspace, much less to load, faster game. So script, in script we're going to type game.players.player added, remember that's the event for a new player joining, connect function player. And no, it doesn't have to be named player, the parameter. You can name that parameter whatever you want, anything. But I'm naming it player because it's a convention, and by the way, guys, convention means common thing to do. And it's just what I'm used to doing. So local level value equals new or not new, instance.new. See, I've been doing Java way too much. If you guys know Java, you'll know what I'm doing here. All these little mistakes I'm making. Instance.new int value. Level value equals 0, just to double check, even though that's the initial value for an int value. Level parent equals player. Now we can close the script, but I'm actually going to open it again. Okay, so we're just going to run through this script real quick. Game.players.player added connect function player. You guys should know what that line means. It's connecting the event of a player added to our function, and player added is feeding our function a parameter value, and that parameter value is the player object. In this function, we're making a level value, and this level value is going to be an int value. And actually, we forgot one major part, so I'm glad I was reading over this. Level value, actually, I'll add it in a second. Then level value equals 0, so we're double checking. Next up, level value.name equals level. That way, we're not having to type in int value. We actually have the name we want. Makes our lives much easier, right? And it avoids an error for next tutorial. Level value.name equals level. Remember, strings have to be put in quotation marks. And level value.parent equals player. So we're putting the level value into the player object. And then we're ending our function. That's how we're handling the event. And now we're ready to continue on with our game. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like or dislike button corresponding to how you felt about this video. And I'll catch you guys later.